Alright, so here I am again with the Stanley Parable, the third time in one day. Now, I do not have Half-Life 2, so, like, the controls are a little wonky, I can't jump, I can't crouch, blah, 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 blah. And a number of other things. For a second, I thought my mic was still up, so, like, you could not hear me any of that. Oh, sorry, I skipped that. Oh, well, it's just telling...
No, you guys can't hear him.
So,
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself.
Yeah, I'm bad at this.
And constantly needed support and guidance from others.
Yep.
So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
I hate solitude.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I'm just trying this my way.
This way.
This was not the correct way to the employee lounge, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. So he turned left at the first open door and walked back in the right direction.
Yeah, let's do it.
And like that, he was back on track.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm smart. Because this is the right thing to do.
As Stanley entered the lounge, he was horrified to find not a single person here. He decided he would walk up to see his boss, hoping that he would find an answer there.
Is there a fire extinguisher here? That is a major health hazard. What if a fire starts at this stove or something, and we're all gonna die because you people were too incompetent?
Oh, I got it!
Get a frickin' fire extinguisher!
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Downstairs.
Fuck. No, fuck this. No,
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Oh, not
He
this
considered the possibility of facing his boss, of admitting that he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Oh my god.
And in such a competitive economy, was it really worth taking that risk?
No, I
All
can't.
because he believed everyone had disappeared.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna
boss
do
would
this
think he
twice
was
because this is
crazy.
not the story I wanted.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Hear that? No,
Everyone I know
done.
simply vanishing out of the blue, there's almost no other explanation for it.
I want to be red.
And a nagging
Okay,
fear
bros.
began to creep
That's
up
right,
in
I
his
got it.
mind. Questions that had been there all along. He just hadn't put his
That's
finger
even
on them
better.
yet. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's a severe lack of feet.
Why did
and
doors
buses.
close automatically behind him wherever he went?
You kinda did it
And
for
for
me.
that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yep.
Was he just walking around in circles?
Nah, I'm sure they just like
Where am
the
I? He
decoration.
thought. And the more he found himself
What's
unable
going
to
on?
answer these questions,
I'm in the
the
Stanley
more
Parable.
questions
I'm
continued to
answering the narrative.
arise, until he came to the issue that had been slowly boiling until he could ignore it no longer. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Talks to himself. I'm talking to the narrator and myself.
Every door slammed shut.
Chess room.
No!
Yeah,
Stanley.
sucker.
I need to get out
Chess
of here.
room.
I need to know that there's something out there.
Play
I
chess.
need to know it's not just all in my head.
Is it
He
getting red?
screamed and clutched at his skull
Is it
as
getting
the
red?
voice grew harsher and the music in the
Yes, you're
background
gonna
rose
die.
higher and
I
higher.
think it's getting red.
And then,
dying.
moments before collapsing
you
to the
dying?
ground,
Say yes.
Stanley clenched his fists and screamed to anyone who might be listening, "I'm not real! I'm not real! Don't believe any of it! None of it's real!" And then everything went
Okay.
black.
That was a severe lack of entertainment. So sad.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay, so obviously you know that. It just finds Stanley dead on the road, so it's quite boring. So again, I'm going to skip it, but this time I'm going to do this the right
Stanley
way, the way I
decided
want
to
to
go
do
to
it
the
first.
staff
Why is
lounge
my room the
to
only
check
door?
on his
Red one.
co-workers.
See, no
He
red.
never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and
Does that mean I
guidance
can
from
go
others.
back, or does that
So
mean
the
it's
thought
just
of
red?
total solitude was terrifying to him.
Oh, I see. If I go through the red door, I go back to 427. Alright. I understand. Okay. Okay. Ba, 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 ba.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Nope.
doors, this was not the correct way to the employee lounge, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. So he turned left at the first open door and walked back in the right direction.
Nope. Chuck Testa.
Stanley was so bad at following directions,
Oh my
it's
God,
incredible
just
he
like this
wasn't
video
fired
because
years
of them.
ago.
saying that.
Maybe this is why everyone had left. No one wanted to be around someone
Just
as
kidding.
bad at listening
Leave
as
a like
him.
and subscribe, guys.
And since he was walking into the middle of
For no reason.
Yeah, because I deserve
nowhere
it.
and thus ruining the entire story, Stanley
See,
decided
guys,
that he would
even said
punish
it
himself.
Oh, yeah, see the
He
So
elevator.
when he came to the elevator and the doors opened,
He's
he
so
stepped
trust-
inside
Oh, this is the
and
one I
pushed
want
the
to do.
button
This is
to
the one I
go
want
up.
to do. I'm gonna go up.
He'll give you 2 kilos without even saying he's with the cops. That's how trustworthy he is.
Up.
Just kidding.
No, don't leave the room. Oh, that's disappointing. I'm gonna go up this time. I'm gonna be. This is the story I wanted to follow. See if you guys like this story, because a lot of people don't do this. Come on, open. Open sesame. There we are. No, 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 no. These
Why am I
walls
an
are
apple?
familiar.
Hell yeah, I can make a golden apple.
Well, that's disappointing. Oh, hey, look. Let's climb in. Because that's the smart thing to do.
It almost perplexed Stanley that he had actually
See?
gone and stepped into this
True
metal
words.
trap.
I'm a
That's
little
what-
busy here.
that's what
It
I
should
can
have
barely
been no
hear you.
surprise that this thing would lead him to his death.
Well,
But he
let's see how it
thought to
is.
himself, this is simply the price to pay for ruining a perfectly good story.
Yeah, definitely.
So he resigned and willingly accepted his fate, the inevitable end toward which he had spent so long stumbling. Farewell, Stanley.
You know, it's oddly smashy. Oh, hey.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator as he sent his subject
Whose
down
is
the
that?
conveyor belt and
Narrator?
into the enormous
Narrator?
metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley
Oh
was
my God, he's
obliterated
racist.
as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
But I'm not dead. Huh. Well, I didn't die. That's better than I thought.
It's
Sweet.
a shame, then, that for all his work, it was such a meaningless victory for the narrator. Did he really think he would accomplish
Oh, hey, Jess.
anything by murdering this disposable vessel?
Hey, look, my office room. Yeah, that's in the other room. I've gone through all the stories. So, cameras from the Obey. Once again from the Obey, the one I was just in.
Every possible choice Stanley could make had been designed for him long before he ever set foot
Well,
here.
there's the smasher.
The narrator wanted to kill him. Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start.
Hey, there's outside. Yes. Aw.
There's no salvation for either of these two, I'm afraid. The narrator had as little power over Stanley as Stanley did over the paths that he walked.
So wait, what happened to Stanley? Did Stanley die?
But listen to me.
Oh no.
This story is not over.
Oh no.
You can still save these two.
Oh no.
You can stop the program before they both fail.
Oh no.
Push escape and press quit.
No.
There's no other way to beat this game.
No.
As long as you move forward, you'll be
No.
walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Bam.
Don't let time...
I let time choose for me.
Hmm.
Best ending ever. I think. Did I die or what? It's not
You
showing
already
up
beat
as
the
the
game? Holy
end.
crap.
I already beat the game twice. I've beaten the game in every storyline possible. So I'm gonna exit out of that.